This is Prime Sports Network, and you are watching the Prime Sports Horse Report with John Hardoon.
And Greg DePalma.
And we know who won that race, don't we?
I didn't hear what you were playing, but I would hope it was Lean Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you guess that?
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was. How much did that pay?
$24, I believe. Or $22.40 or $24.20, one of the two.
Yeah, because that was what, a 12-to-1 shot, right?
Yeah, I think you went off 10-1.
So that was on last week's show. So if you missed it, too bad for you. You'll have to wait again for one of our winners. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow, as we will be back on the air for another show. But that was last week at the Grade 2 Shakertown. Yeah, Leinster really came through for us big time, and it was nice the way Leinster won as well, coming down the stretch to pick up the win. The race before that, now we didn't do this race. That was the Grade 1 Madison. But I was how could you not be impressed with the way Guarana lost the lead coming down the stretch and then regained the lead to win that race? That showed a lot.
Yeah, it certainly did. The horse, I think, was 4 for 5 going into that race, and now you know why. I mean, this horse has the makings of a really nice horse. Chad Brown usually excels with turf horses. However, he now has a nice dirt horse to go with his nice turf horses. So, yes. And that race, by the way, gave Chad Brown his 100th Grade 1 win. Not graded stakes, Grade 1.
That's right.
That's quite a feat. So he's in some fancy company there.
Where do you think Guarana goes from here?
Well, she'll probably run in another race, and then she'll go to the Breeders' Cup.
Okay.
Some race in Saratoga, I would assume, for her.
All right.
And run her in the Breeders' Cup.
Well, we're going to keep an eye for sure. Because the hard part is that he's going to be another heavy favorite. So maybe he'll be an okay. At least if we could get even money in a Breeders' Cup race, that would be okay.
Yeah, well, you got to see.
Even though they're very hard to win anyway, those Breeders' Cup races.
Yeah.
Okay, then in race 9 at Keeneland, you had the winner. Now, the only problem with our collector as far as him winning was we had him as a 5-to-1 morning line, and he ended up as a 5-to-2 shot, but he did get the win. That was your top pick in race 9, the Toyota Bluegrass.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, all we could do, it's the problem when you're handicapping 48 hours in advance. Yep. You have an idea of what a horse is going to be, but you'll never know the final odds until, that day, that race. So, listen, the horse won as easy as a horse could win, and he did everything right, and no complaints. You get out a 5-to-2 shot and a 10-to-1 shot. So all the listeners from last week certainly have to be happy, and hopefully they came back to her.
That's right.
This week.
That's 3 out of 4 over the last 2 weeks. Okay, now, as we always say here on this report, coming into our show tomorrow, we let you know what our races are going to be. So obviously, we've got the Monmouth Park Haskell. That's the Grade 1. Matter of fact, Dr. Post is one of the favorites. He's the second choice, though. Dr. Post, of course, winner of the Belmont Stakes. But Authentic is a 4-to-5 shot with Baffert and Mike Smith.
What do you mean Dr. Post won the Belmont? Didn't Tiz the Law win the Belmont?
Oh, that's right. He finished second in the Belmont. Excuse me.
You had me a little confused there.
That's right.
But it's all right.
What is next for Tiz the Law? Is Tiz the Law, we're going to see him in the Breeders' Cup?
No, you're going to see him in the Travers, followed by the Kentucky Derby, followed by possibly
very good.
Cup.
Okay, that's right, because these are 3-year-olds. So Authentic, we could see Authentic as well.
Yeah, no question about it. Authentic is certainly going to try to run in the Kentucky Derby.
So this is almost like a Derby prep race.
Yeah. You would think that they'd be giving out some points for this, but I guess not.
Yeah, no Breeders' Cup deal, right? I don't see it.
A Breeders' Cup deal and no points for the Derby. You still need to get points to get into the Derby.
Oh, so. That's right, 3-year-olds, yeah. All right, so that's going to be our main race tomorrow. Now,
Just
there.
a few programming notes. People that are interested in playing Del Mar. Del Mar came up with, I believe, 12 or 14 COVID cases over the last couple of days. So they canceled racing this week, and next week is on hold. They're only running on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the good news. The bad news is, unfortunately, they were forced to cancel this week because of COVID cases popping up there. And, they had a couple of jockeys that came to the West Coast a few weeks ago to ride at Los Sal. You had Luis Saez come, you had Martin Garcia come back, and all of a sudden these guys came back, and obviously they were infected and infected half the jocks room in California, so they got big troubles there. So there is no Del Mar. That was the point that I was trying to get across. There is Saratoga and there is Monmouth, and I guess there's Gulfstream also. But for the most part, there is no Del Mar, and Del Mar and Saratoga are the big two main tracks that run during this time of year.
Yes, you've got the again. Saratoga just started today, right?
Today was opening day. They raced fan-free. I mean, fanless or fan-free, whatever you want to say. It's kind of strange to be in Saratoga and not being able to go to the track. I drove by today. They had people trying to look over the fence and watch the races, but they chased those people away too. So, great country we live in.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I was just taking a look at my notes, and the Haskell is a Breeders' Cup Challenge race.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so that's that. Also, the stakes race that would have run at Del Mar was the San Diego Handicap. So
yeah, that was who was going to run in that race? Maximum Security, first time for trans.
Ah, wow.
People were looking forward to seeing his return to the races, especially with his new trainer Baffert.
Next week, possible?
They're not going to run it right back, but they're going to ride it, I'm sure, for a couple, maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
They have to run it. You're right. Good point.
And then Saratoga on Saturday, you have the Grade 1 American Oaks and the Grade 2 National Museum of Racing Hall of Fame. So that's coming up on Saturday. But we're going to go with two races at Monmouth. Obviously, we mentioned the Haskell. So the second race that we're deciding upon, we've got the 10 and the 11. Those are the two races that I think that are the best possible runner-ups. So I don't know whether or not you have a specific favorite on your end. The difference is I think the 10 is a better wagering race. I think there's more possibilities in the race 10. Race 11, it offers us a daily double with the Haskell if we want it. There's a couple of good horses in that race. That's a Grade 1 race too, the race 11.
I don't know how much value though you're going to get out of the Haskell, because I'm sure Baffert will probably be first or second choice and a big favorite.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I was thinking maybe if you do the 11, you got a double, which helps a little bit.
So if you want to do the 11th, it's up to you. You make the call. We could decide tomorrow at post.
Yeah, we can. We could decide tomorrow. So those would be the two races we're going to decide upon. I was taking a look at the sheets for Saratoga, and I didn't see. I mean, the American Oaks. I didn't like the sheets for that race.
I didn't do any work yet. I only operate 24 hours in advance.
Yeah, I was surprised. Usually, I don't know what races I'm looking.
Out, not me.
What was that?
I say it's the experts that can handicap 48 hours in advance.
No, yeah, okay.
I only try
That's
to
the
do
opposite.
24 hours in a day and have hard enough time.
Yeah. Well, see, I only have to worry about two races a week. You have what, 200?
I have to worry about
about 200
every half hour.
Yeah. So but usually what I do is you send me the sheets, and all I do is I look at the sheets for every race at 2 or 3 tracks. I don't even know what the race is. I'm just looking at the sheets. Right. And I went through Saratoga, and I'm like, okay, I don't see anything here. So I didn't see anything at Saratoga that looked like that there was anything that smelled like a Grade 1 at all.
Well, if there's anything, I will certainly include it in our analysis tomorrow night, and give a bonus race if I like anything, because by tomorrow night I will have already done Saratoga and Monmouth work for Saturday. So.
Excellent. And of course, let's also keep in mind that not only were we 2 for 2 on the air last week, but you had a really good day in general. I came off the air with you, and we hit those races, and I just kept doing races. I was like, because I know I'm never going to stop until I lose.
Right.
So I
Well,
just kept going. All right, let me see. And I usually always want to make my own picks and look over my stuff, and then if I take one of your picks, I'll always do it as an add-on. But I
right.
had no more information. I was just relying on you. So I was just going into your picks, and I was looking at the odds. I was going, okay, I'll take this. I'll take John's pick here. Okay, I'll take John's pick there. I had like 3 straight races where you were winning, and it took me to the 4th race before it was time for me. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I was like,
Yeah, that's
I
the
could at least
problem.
get to bed.
These days are so long, especially if you're playing Delmar and you're on the East Coast. They don't start
Yes,
till 5 o'clock.
that's
So
it. Yeah,
it's
but the
going to be
racing wasn't that
9
good at
o'clock.
Delmar though. So
No, that would, yeah, right. But, it's going to be a long day, and that's what you have.
yeah,
All
and
right, Greg, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock
yep,
Eastern time, and we'll take care of Monmouth and see if there's something in Saratoga we could add as well.
sounds like a plan, John. Talk to you tomorrow.
My friend, have a great evening. Stay safe. We'll talk tomorrow.